So when someone said that religion is on the other side of politics, I did not really used to believe it because I had no reason to, want to have anything. Why is religion coming into politics? But somehow it feels like there's something there. And it's actually on the other flip side of the coin. So Ibiyomi has of Salvation Ministries, right? Am I right? Yeah. Said something about him playing a role as to why Wike went back on his second term. Remember there was a time Wike had issues where he went to court, he failed in High Court, failed in Court of Appeal, and the last court was supposed to be Supreme Court where he eventually won. And Ibiyomi came out, some few minutes ago. I think he was preaching in his church. And a news came of sorts. People are always reporters are everywhere, every in church. Just say one palm like this, and you just see yourself go viral. And he's been going viral, and there's this news going all over that he played a role, that it was the prayer that he prayed, that Wike called him, and Wike was shivering, and he told Wike, you go back, don't worry. He even he said he prayed for Wike and made money offerings to God without even the governor himself knowing about it. And before you know, the case got, Wike won the case, and Wike went back to, State House as the governor. And now I want to ask, is it really true that prayers affect politics or religion affects politics? Because I really don't understand. I thought politics had to do with democracy and religion had to do with, spirituality.
Actually, the people that brought democracy to us, which are the West, I don't think they themselves, their pastors do predict, the outcome of elections. I don't think so. So basically, I think it's just a Nigerian thing. Because based on the fact that Nigeria is one of the most religious nations in the world, so I think it's just a Nigerian thing for pastors to come out. We have seen them from ages, where this pastor will come out and see that Atiku will win the election, Peter Obi is going to win, and sometimes these predictions don't come to pass, But whenever something political happen, one pastor will come out and say that they actually predicted it.
Yes, and they told their members this thing was going to happen.
It's just a fact that Nigerians are too religious, and we tend to listen to our religious leaders. And I think Pastor Ibiyomi is just trying to market himself.
When you say market himself, what do you mean by he's there already? He has
of course, if you are there, you definitely need
to stay there
and go higher. Yes, definitely, it's a must. As so far you're alive, you as a man, you have to strive to go higher. More. Yes, so I feel that's what I feel though. Might just be my feelings. I feel he's just marketing himself, by bringing up the fact that Wike, he was one that made Wike to come back as a governor. So I don't know.
But trust Wike may want to answer this, but we don't know yet. Wike is one type of person that can be very controversial. But I have a problem with our religious leaders and politics. Right now, sometimes the country can be in disarray. We can be having issues, problems, and you would seldom see them come out to talk or have influence over these politicians. Some of them attend their churches. Some of them work in their churches. Some of them, do daddy to them and all of that. You understand all these kind of things. Is it that they cannot always talk to these people when the need arises, outside always predicting that, Atiku is going to be the vice president, or no, God said. Remember there was even a time Chris Okotie came out and said that.
I think all these things are just hustle, basically. To me.
So religion is not hustle.
It's a hustle. It's a hustle that these pastors put up. By bringing up all these things. And
I believe it because they don't speak out when the people need them to speak out.
For example, during President Goodluck Jonathan's time, I know of a pastor. We all know of a pastor that came out.
We know of Reverend Father Mbaka.
Not just one pastor.
There were several of them.
Tunde Bakari,
yes.
Lutheran Assemblies came out with the Save Nigeria group then to protest against Goodluck Jonathan. But he could do nothing when late President Buhari was busy destroying the nation. He could not say anything. You understand me?
But he was quick to fight.
He was quick to fight Goodluck because based on the fact that Goodluck is not a active person like someone that usually take things to a very high limit. So he had the mind to do that. I know. Remember, Tunde Bakari always comes out then and say that God has made him to become the president of Nigeria, that is going to be the president of this country. And we're here to see.
But well, some of them will say that God's prophecy, you need to tarry.
It's just easy for all these guys to just come out and say, God, that's why you see this pastor, you see, God just spoke to me now. I just heard from God now. Like,
do they really hear from God? I want to ask.
I don't know.
Do these pastors really hear from God? Because sometimes all their, should I say, predictions or their prophecies don't always come. The only person that had said something about politics that it came to pass was late TB Joshua. He said, and I quote, I think that was far back as 2010, 11 or 13, 14, 15, thereabout. He said that then PDP was in power. He said that a party would come up and the party would take over the ruling party, and the party would suppress the people. That Nigerians need to pray and act, and that Nigerians don't only need to act, don't only need to pray. Sorry, they need to act.
Okay.
That was the first prophet that has ever come out to tell Nigerians, see, leave prayers. Prayers works, but prayer does not work in democracy. And eventually it happened. Look at what APC is doing. How many years down the line? So maybe if Tunde Bakari said that God said he's going to be the president.
Say, Tunde Bakari, even Chris Ogoti, I usually say that Nigerians, we love prayers. We pray a lot. Like, the rate at which Nigerians pray.
Is the prayer not working?
Yeah,
is it working? Or?
You see, God have already created everything and put everything in place for us to bring them to life. That's why God made us co-creators of the earth, right?
Of course.
Yes, but Nigerians, if only Nigerians can understand this fact that our destiny is in our hands, right? We'll be able to go out there and live prayer. Prayer is good. Prayer is good. It's not like I'm saying prayer is bad. It's not like I'm saying pastors are bad. Yeah, they are good. At least they're spiritual leaders.
Yes.
But they should also be able to come out and call a spade, right? They should quit bringing up these corrupt politicians to their podium
or bringing themselves into the political game.
Why
do you want to be a president as a pastor?
Yeah.
What is the connection?
It could be his ambition. Yeah, you should not question any man's ambition. I could be a pastor. And
say it is your ambition.
Yeah.
There are two different things than saying God said. That's blasphemy.
Maybe he dreamt at night and maybe
he dreamt at night, I guess.
Yes. And so that he was the president of the country. Yeah, but again, we're not seeing anything like that happening, right?
Who still remembers Tunde Bakari? Nobody's even talking about Tunde Bakari.
We have the likes of Chris Ogoti that have come out several at that time. I don't know if
yes, I remember
Chris Ogoti. Justice Party, have been contesting to become president of this country. Now, it's not about God calling you to become a president of Nigeria or you predicting that somebody will become a president. It's what are the plans? What are the plans you have, to develop the country? Can you be able to stand out, to call out any president that you feel is not serving the people right? It's not by playing politics. These religious leaders, I don't see any difference between pastors and politicians these days.
Well, they work in private pursuit and them because
like you said earlier, they're just opposite, they're just flip side of the coin. Yeah, politicians this side, pastors this side, and they work hand in hand. They work
hand in hand very well.
So that's why you see
that they have one thing in common. Oppressing the people and manipulating them to feel like
the pastors will gather the poor masses
and be telling them you'll be rich tomorrow.
On Monday morning, you tell them to come. Like one church I used to attend that from Monday to Saturday, every morning,
always in the
from
church.
7 a.m. to 10 a.m. in the morning, sometimes to 12 p.m. Young men and women will gather in the church and be praying.
And then they'll manipulate you to say, when it comes to work, you put in all your effort, you invest in your work. But when it comes to God, when you come to church, you stay 2 seconds. Oh, it is, you don't come to church. You say it's because of your work. This and that.
That's why we're not progressing.
That's why we're not progressing.
If you go to China,
on a Monday morning,
they are not, or Japan. These countries are not that religious countries, although they have their own religion. But
even New Zealand too.
They value work ethic, right? Work ethic, because I believe work ethic, a strong work ethic in the right direction will bring out, a very good result. Yeah. So, but Nigerians, we have really failed in that area. So I think this is just an opportunity to call on Nigerians to wake up, and prayer is good, but they should wake up and look for ways, workable ways you can fix this country together. And it's not for Pastor Obiome to come out and start telling us how he brought wicked.
Why are you even saying that now?
What is his motivation? That's why I told you that it's actually marketing. It's a marketing gimmick. A marketing strategy is being.
He also said that after becoming he now became minister. So you're trying to say that his prayer and the offering and the sowing of
he's trying to say that other people,
the prayers,
other politicians will also come and meet him.
him.
It's marketing. Basically, it's no. I don't see any difference between him and a herbalist right now. Right. So that is just it. Yeah, but all in how will I put it now? In all these things we are talking about, right? Pastors should try as much as possible maintain that status, their status quo of being a pastor, a spiritual leader, without supporting any politician, but praying to God for God to guide them and calling out any of them that err in the area of serving the people. I think that is just
now outside pastors.
Yeah.
I feel like it should be a joint effort kind of thing. Even the monarchs, the people who are royals. I have not seen, okay, maybe there's been one or two occasions where monarchs came out or popped out to say, oh, this president you're not doing, but I have not seen a monarch or a pastor come out boldly, maybe apart from Chris Oyakhilome, in which after some more people started tackling him, don't put your mouth in politics, don't put your mouth in politics, and come out to say, oh, for example, Abacha, this is wrong. This, what you're doing to the people is bad. It is rare to see that. They never always come out plain.
Yeah, I think
instead they preach about it in their churches to the masses. Are the masses the problem of the country?
If they even preach it to their churches, it might seem better. What we are seeing these days clearly is the nonchalant attitude of these pastors. You can imagine in this government and the previous government where Christians are being slaughtered like chicken.
You can imagine.
No pastor came out to condemn, except for that other pastor that came out before Donald Trump.
Yes.
Before Donald Trump started reacting. No pastors came out. All these big pastors were busy flying to all around the world, holding crusades and the rest. They were not able to call out. They were not able to call out the president. They were not able to
call out the vice, the government, the party.
Instead, they will invite these people to come and they'll invite these politicians to come and talk about their campaigns and the rest. I've seen even a popular strong man of God. I think I don't want to call the name, but we all know the church. Yeah, those churches that don't put on earring and the rest. How they called the former sitting president, the former sitting president and even a former sitting governor to their church podium. When that former sitting governor wanted to contest for presidency, they called him to the church podium, and that sitting governor was a corrupt governor. He did nothing in the state, And this church that claimed to be a holy church called a corrupt ex-sitting governor who was campaigning to become president to their podium to campaign, on a Bible study evening, when they should be studying the Bible, which they claim that they are there to study. They are calling a politician. If the politician must come to the church, shouldn't he follow them to study the Bible?
Why are you coming to tell us about your campaign and your political,
boundaries need to be set, between all these sectors, right? And where we need to work, when we need to work, we should work. When we need to pray, we should pray. A healthy boundary and moderation too should be applied, basically.
So, the Bible also says that, prayer or without work is just like pouring water into a basket. It's never going to hold. So there should be a balance, like Mr. Kelvin said. If you are praying, if you have faith for something, you have to work for it. You cannot just be praying and then go and lie down and expect. The thing is that Nigerians always expect miracle. Like, I don't know if they still think they're in the days of Israelites when they said manna fell from heaven.
Even the manna fell only once.
It don't fall every day.
It fell only once. And even when they were not able to finish that manna, they had to instruct them to pack them. But imagine that if manna fall only one day in this country, just imagine the waste we're going to waste it. It can be seen in the way this government or other government are running the country, in the ways whereby they waste the resources, the natural or resources they get. They waste it. So now imagine that God that brought manna.
But what do you even think is the manna? The natural resources we have in Nigeria, is it not manna?
Yeah, but we don't see it that way actually.
What do Nigerians think is actually manna? The oil is manna, the agriculture is manna, the not having natural disasters. Go to other countries and see the kind of natural. Okay, now look at what is happening between US and Iran. They are fighting wars. Nigeria is a safe place. Why can we not put our legs and our hands to work and make Nigeria a better place for us to all live in, and forget this whole idea of pray for the nation, pray for the nation. We've been praying for the nation for the past 20 years, 30 years, 60 years. Nigeria is 63 years or going to 64. We have been praying. Where has the prayer taken us to? Please ponder on these things and join us next time on Youth Agenda. I am your host, Hosanna Okorafo.